I'm back for another one for you. Sorry we didn't post last night with Azzy. It has been a crazy week. Lots of school things, work things. Finally have my new cabinets at work. Ta-da! Finally getting back into the flow in the new office. So it was a little hectic last night. So if any of you are on Nate's Discord server, then you probably already saw the video that she posted into the links section. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So a couple of warnings in advance. It made me cry so much so that I had to run into her room and hug her for a solid minute. So if you're an emotional little goat like I am, go grab some Kleenex and come back. Also, I am going to be giving spoilers. We're going to talk about the video in its entirety. So if you don't like spoilers, I will put a link for the video in the description. Please go watch that and then come back. You back? Great. Are you crying? Probably. So what I want to do is just kind of talk about kind of step by step my thoughts as I was watching this, wondering how is this going to end? And the first thing you see is this adorable little girl. Like, I want her head of hair. I thought I had a nice head of hair. I want this girl's hair. Horribly, badly, just adorable. And it just seems like a normal video, little girl at school. And you start noticing that things aren't what they appear when she leaves her classroom to walk down her hall to go to the bathroom. And she just walks towards the girl's bathroom like, hey, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. And then you notice either a teacher or maybe the principal walking past in the hallway, and he just stops. And he just watches her for a minute, just watches her. And she looks at him, he looks at her. She goes to touch the handle, and he says,
Robert.
And she stands there for another minute, looks at the principal, runs back down the hallway back to her classroom. So that's when you know, okay, as much as the video tells you kind of where you're going with its title, you don't know. Obviously this is Robert, but you don't know what else that day is going to shape up to be for this girl. And it kind of interposes back and forth. It goes between this little girl and dad, who's returning from some military position, returning home. He's wearing fatigues, and you see him, making his journey home, basically. And Robert is the first word we hear. Everything else is silence. Dad sits in silence. He's holding a letter from home. He's just sitting and silent, taking it all in. I'm coming home, folks. But maybe there's more that's on his mind that we don't know yet. And it flashes more back and forth to the school day and this little girl and the things that she kind of goes through. Kids looking at her. One kid in particular sitting in a classroom with her, she pulls out a little barrette, and they both share the little barrette, and it's super cute. And this girl sitting next to her clearly accepts the situation for what it is, that Robert is not Robert. And we get our clear indication, and we finally know who this child really is when they get back test grade. And you see on the side panel that it says, I apologize, I don't remember what the last name was, highly irrelevant what the last name was, but it says Robert. And look down, love that it's pink marker, cross off Robert, and here we see Robert write her name. And cute, adorable Allie, because that's her name, Allie, writes her name and adds a little heart at the end. Sorry, teach, I'm not Robert, I'm Allie. And I love it. I love it. I'm here for it. And then you go back to Dad, and Dad walks into the house, sits on his bed that he shares with his wife. And again, there's no dialogue. The only word we have heard in this entire video so far is Robert. So Dad's sitting on his bed, taking it all in again, holding that letter, clutching this letter. And he gets up and starts kind of walking around the house and seeing how things have changed since he's been gone. And he walks into Allie's room. And Mom, in this scenario, who we never see, is a goddamn hero. Allie's room is gorgeous. Like, it's it's a dream bedroom. I wish my bedroom looked like this when I was Allie's age. Walls are this lovely pale pink. Everything about this room screams Allie. Pictures of Allie. Apparently Allie is a little bit of an athlete, because there's a picture of her, I think it was volleyball, laying on the ground holding the volleyball, ponytail, Allie. Pillow with one of those, changey color situations where there's an A spelled out on it. Mom is all in for her child, which, that's when I started crying a little bit. And Dad just looks around the room. And Dad at one point laughs and he smiles. And you're like, could this be a good thing? And you hear a door close. And Dad startles and looks towards the door, and who should walk in but Allie. And you can tell on Allie's face, whoever played Allie, brilliant, genius child, you can see it written all over Allie's face. Oh no. Dad's in my room. Dad sees the pink. Dad sees the girl motif and takes a couple steps back towards the door. And he runs to her, grabs her, hugs her. So tight. And then sits her down, looks her in the eyes. And they just have this moment. Again, silence. Not a word has been said this entire time other than that stupid principal, teacher, whoever he is. And they look at each other. And she's got this look on her face like, how is this going to play out? She still doesn't know. And Dad looks at her. And we get our last 2 words of this entire video. Last 2 words say everything about what a parent should be.
Hi, Allie.
Kill me. Like, are you kidding me? Like, 2 of the simplest, shortest words in the English language, and it sums up everything that a parent should be. And that's why I wanted to talk about it with you, my kids. You are born, and you come out, and you are a person. And that is the only label that you should have to stick with your whole life as a person. You get to decide who you want to be, how you want to live, what clothes you want to wear, who you want to share your life with. And I have told Azzy over and over and over again, not just for the simple fact of not referring to her by the birth name that I picked, not knowing who she was going to grow up to be, not knowing what kind of personality she was going to have. I decided on her name because of something that meant something to me. A child that I had known and loved and, had sentimental attachments to. But that wasn't my kid. Azzy is Azzy. That's who she is. And I told her after I watched this video, and I'm crying even more than I was now, if you can believe it. Like, I was as a little bit of a mess when I was watching this. I put my phone down and I ran out of my room. I ran to her room and I opened the door and confused the poor kid and said, "You suck. Like, you suck." And she's like, "What did I do?" I'm like, "That video." And she knew. I'm like, "You have to hug me right now." And I looked at her and said, "I'm going to sum this video up in 2 words. Hi, Azzy." We don't get to be told who we have to be on this planet. So whoever you are, however you feel about yourself, you are loved here on Mom's channel. I don't care if you're trans, gay, bi, pan, every other gender classification that exists. I don't care if you're autistic. I don't care if you want to herd goats in Paraguay. You are loved on my channel. And you are perfect the way you are. Because when you find out who you want to be, that's a beautiful thing. I'm still trying to figure out who I want to be. And for all you kids who think that you have to conform to some role that you were born into, it's a bunch of BS. Be you. I have told Azzy that I do have demands of her. And I will be upset if she does not fill into that mold of demand that I have for her. It's one word. Happy. I demand my child be happy. And I demand that of all of you too. Be happy. Whatever that means for you. If it means art, if it means music, if it means gaming on YouTube, if it means writing the next great novel, if it means having a true crime channel, it is what you want your life to be. And never think that by standing up for yourself, being yourself, telling people how you demand that you be treated, that that's a problem. Because you're welcome here. So my point in making this morning was simply to say, we get to be happy. We get to determine what that means for us. It takes time. It takes courage. And it takes the ability to stand up and say, I am Allie. So to all my Allies, all my Azzies, all my little kids, you are loved and you are welcome here. If you're watching for the first time, welcome to the family. We are very happy to have you here. So please, I want to keep doing this because it's helping me feel better about me. It's helping me feel better about how I'm raising not just Azzy, but helping to shape kids who come to me and say that they aren't happy. And it would mean the world if you would subscribe and join the family, because we would be more than happy to have you. Subscribe, like the video if you liked it, send me some comments. Tell me things about you that make you feel less, and I will tell you how they make you more. Mom is more than happy to share some advice with the kids, so subscribe, like, leave a comment if you want to, share it with your friends. Let's make this family global. I'm going to shut it down for tonight because I have to do the legitimate job, but I love you all. Have a fabulous day.